Today I wanted to share a little video on why I have to harvest my sunflower heads earlier than recommended. I live in Central Florida, Zone 9B, so it rains pretty often between the months of June and September. We're getting bad thunderstorms every day, and you might notice things start molding. And this usually happens because there's way too much moisture in the air. You might notice your sunflowers starting to tip over from all the wind. The heads get really heavy, start to fall down to the ground, and it starts creating a lot of mold, which makes it a lot easier for pests to get to. The time it takes to harvest your sunflower heads is all going to depend on how fast they're growing and what's going on in the climate around you. Once the flower starts deteriorating and drying up a bit, the center has filled in completely, and the back of the sunflower starts turning yellow, you know it's time to harvest. This is exactly what they should look like on the back. If you harvest your sunflowers a little bit earlier, you might notice that the back of them are still green, just like these. And the middle of the sunflowers might not have filled in completely, but that's okay with me because I know I'll get viable seeds on the outer edges instead of none at all due to mold. So just remember, the time you harvest all depends on what's going on around you and how fast your sunflower is growing and producing those seeds. I don't like to dry my sunflower heads out all the way on the stalk, number one because of the mold, and number two because the squirrels end up sniffing it out and they end up eating all the seeds inside. You're probably going to have to experiment with cutting your sunflower heads down at different times to just determine what's right for your type of area. This is what mine look like when they're ready to cut during the rainy season. I always make sure I cut them when they're completely filled in before the mold starts kicking in. And if you look closely, you should see seeds starting to form underneath. Now that we're done going over why I have to harvest my sunflower heads a little bit early, we're going to go ahead and harvest some seeds. These seeds we're going to harvest are from the 9.5 footer we had growing in front of the house. And I just tied it on a little string after we harvested the head and let it dry out for about 2 to 3 weeks. So to get these dried sunflower seeds out, I just pull down, and you can see they pop right out. The drier they are, the easier it becomes to remove them. And when I get done harvesting them, I like to separate the good and the bad. Let's look at the difference. The one on the left is a viable seed, and the one on the right is not. You can see the viable seeds really plump when you hold it in your fingers, and when you crack it open, there should be a lot of meat inside. For the non-viable seeds, you can really see that difference. It's really flat, there's no meat in there, and it feels really hollow when you squeeze it. And when you look at the little seeds inside, you'll notice that they didn't fill out completely. Any seeds that are good I save for future planting, and any seeds that aren't good, I just use for my bird feeder. I'm going to go so I can finish harvesting the rest of these gorgeous seeds. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. I really hope this helps you to determine when to cut your sunflower heads down. If you need any help at all, just let me know. I'm always here for you, and I'd love to help you in any way I can. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. I really appreciate you. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.